A place beloved only of clowns and criminals. And then, just a short while after the feast, the court returns to war. You're in charge of the war now, Your Majesty. You should be fine, just remember everything we've taught you about the magical warfare. Blinking slowly, you remind them that at this exact moment, they have taught you roughly nothing about magical warfare. Ah, good, she remembers quite clearly. High tide, while the field is broken, arrange it to your advantage. Rechanging map. You don't know what any of this means. Just, inspector available units. Okay, so right now I could post one soldier. Can grab a couple of, well, just the one farmer. Okay, so one to get rid of these dudes. And those dudes. And all of the, well, this one's not empty. Remove that one. Lovely. And remove these dudes. It's only one castle, one court will have garrison, and that's no courts have a garrison. So now only, okay, what do I need? Some wood, plenty of water. Clear the water here with the mountain as well. Let's get some food. Some water, because I can harvest a lot of food from the surroundings, since I don't really need to create soldiers. Okay, and a few more logs. Oh, come on, game, give me, okay, sure. Give me more turns, I'm good. Okay, just one soldier. That soldier is very far away, so it should be fine. And low tide. So now for four farmers and just the single soldier, I think is going to be fine. No. I don't know whether I get anything from destroying the courts. Money. It's maybe a second one will be destroyed. No. Those, but no cigar. But plenty of food. Well, having now achieved some kind of victory in the war, you wonder if someone in the court might help you return home. That would be our pleasure if you can show us the way. Also, that was only one battle. There are many more to come, if my notes are to be trusted. Okay, well, if you understand this map correctly, if it even is a map, there appears to be some sort of signage just ahead. Perhaps if you can reach those signs, you'll learn more about where you actually are, along with how to get home. And to reach them, we need merely be swept forward by the tide, as well as we have been all along. Convenient. High tide, while the field is broken, arrange it to your advantage. Okay, so on you removed. Until you removed. Ooh, that's 4 piece. I need wood. There's not a lot of it. Combo and ooh, nice 4-piece. Excellent, another one. Another one. We're kind of protected there. That we were protected there. Okay, but no enemies on the field, which is nice. I'm trying to get resources that I have no access to in battle. Okay, we're still protected, mostly. It feels like kind of far away now. Let's combo a bit. This is safe. This is safe. I'll do 2 more. But they can't reach me because of water. They can't reach me because of water. Take a look inside the storage unit. You're quite curious about what you might find inside the storage unit, but it's locked. Okay, this is probably just 1. And you know what? I need to undo. Deploy the combat units first. Okay, that should be enough. And maybe 2 of these? Yeah. Let's go. Let's battle. Three castles are in range, or 3 courts are in range. And that should be it. Yeah. I thought it is again. Okay, so that gives me a bit of a buffer. Okay. So let's go low. All of these have troops, unfortunately. Moving the main building also costs a lot. Not too bad. Could do this as well. Oh, it definitely need to be removed. I mean, if I do this, yeah, it's good. Sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3. Sure, let's go. Destroy! Oh. You can play this demo. Because it's a demo. Good, earn some coin. A menacing birdcage suddenly appears in front of the court. Your Majesty, I have notes on this foe. Let me know if you'd like to see them. Where's notes on how the birdcage behaves in battle? Right, here's what my notes say. First, at the start of the low tide, the birdcage will flood its surroundings with water. Following that, the birdcage will attack the court with birds. I think it may prove tricky if it's always surrounded by water. The court soldiers will be unable to reach it. You agree? You wonder if there's another approach the court could take. Either way, you thank Robin for the information. Wait, aren't some of those enemy courts empty? You notice a subtle indifference between solid enemy courts on the battlefield. While many enemy courts have soldiers prominently stationed outside their gates, there are also plenty of them that appear to be completely empty. I think you can maybe assume that these empty courts will not attack the court during the coming battle? Yes, you can assume that. Additionally, you can see when enemy soldiers will attack the court over here on the timeline. Even soldiers might be no threat if you can deal with their courts before they attack. Yeah, we already knew that game. Thank you. The court is here. Some woods would be nice. Your Majesty, look! There's a chest resting on that patch of land. We should be able to recover its contents as long as it remains inside until low tide. Okay. Oof, Maron. Oh, that's poop. For sources, as low tide begins, the birdcage surrounds itself with a moat. There are all manner of trinkets, treasures, trifles, and toys. Selection of goods are good for the taken. Their bird offensively winged fairy, unhindered by terrain. 3 food and 1 wood. or gunboat offensive rock attacks the enemy via water. Which is 2 wood and 2 stone. Well, I'll get the bird. I can get both, and I'll get both. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I'm going to be attacked almost immediately. I'll drop a couple of boats. Maybe not the second one. Race? Let's start with that one, because that one is going to attack the castle. And this one... These two. Sure. Let's go. Defensive posture, maybe? Okay, cool. Let's consider that for a moment. Don't have time to get the rest. Having escaped the birdcage, the court now arrives at its initial destination. Taking a spyglass to the top of the walls, you see if the sign ahead can give you any clues or directions. Dead end. Oh, I know this one. This is a Memento Mori. I hear they are popular among mortals. This one's quite simple, perhaps even unrefined. It says dead end, so any mortal who reads it can remember exactly what awaits them at the end. In case they forgot. Precisely. Okay, well, where you're from, this sign generally means that you cannot proceed any further. As you say this, a gasp. Your Majesty is right. The court is not facing forward. We've been letting the tide carry us backwards ever since the feast. Okay. Well, in that case, how should you go about correcting this misalignment? The cat responds to this question by falling asleep on your lap. The beast is right. A good night's sleep should return the court to its default state. And so the court decides to retire early for the day. With time and repetition comes comfort. You feel your maximum level of comfort increase to 1. Okay. The next morning, you awake in a strange bed. The bed is strange, not just because it is not your usual bed, but because it is also not the bed you fell asleep in. Buck told you, any room within the court might be the Queen's. So you parted with him at the first room you found that wasn't already occupied. A small chamber beneath a staircase, a twin-sized bed, neighbored by a nightstand and a lamp. A small desk in the corner, no windows. Meanwhile, the bed you awake is is queen-sized and contained within a spacious chamber that opens onto a balcony. The balcony overlooks the courtyard of your new home. You appear to be roughly 5 stories above the ground. By chambers, what should you do here? For the court, take stock of your possessions. You look over the scant possessions that were on your person when you arrived at the court. Everything appears to be where you left it, with one irritating exception. Sometime between your arrival and now, you have managed to misplace your keys. In a way, you suppose you always manage to misplace the locks those keys are intended for. A mystery, admittedly, of much greater concern to you than the missing keys. explore the court. Wait, there's this man named Puck. You have a lot to say to him. The man named Puck is just across the courtyard. Perfect. Perfect. You have many things you wish to ask him. Yet as you draw near, he quickly exits the scene. You might be imagining it, but he appeared to retreat the moment he saw you approach. Your approach. Let's investigate the dining hall. Grab some breakfast? In the light of day, the feasting hall more closely resembles a common dining area. You collect some breakfast from a buffet and then seek a table. You would prefer to sit somewhere out of the way near an exit ideally hidden. You sit in the most nondescript location you can find, a corner near a trash bin. Before you finish a bite, a whole host of fairy courtiers arrive with their meals and with you. They make idle conversation and a few honest attempts at answering your myriad of questions, none of them successful. As you complete your meal, you idly note that your table is now the most lively and boisterous table within the hall. You also note, idly, that despite his assurances that he would answer all your questions, the man called Puck remains nowhere to be seen. As a result of eating breakfast, you get a small bonus. You get 10 food. Let's go elsewhere. Look out the window. There are some dogs catching frisbees in the courtyard, just out of frame. Neat. Okay, we have some catapults, couple mountains. Okay. Wanna worry about it? War.